Hey everybody! Congratulations, you made it to Friday. It's finally Friday. It's Friday Night Unmasked. I'm Roger. This is my lovely wife Jan with Ashley from the B Morning Show. And we've had a great week. It's been a good week. I mean, look at the pictures on our wall behind us, Ashley. I hung all those by myself.
No.
They're level
They
thanks to
are right
Shane
now.
Cox, our afternoon guy, boss man at B97.5, gave us that laser level. And they're all level, and we're hanging pictures here at the house, keeping busy. And I even got a few pictures hung up level in our office this week too, Ashley.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thanks.
Ashley grabbed her tape measure.
We went middle of the wall.
Yep. We did.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
And
Nice job.
And I eyeballed a few while she was working hard at her desk. She faces the other way. And I hung up 3 new pictures today. And they were all straight and everything. So we really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it looked good. Absolutely. I liked what you had. One word was aspiring, and one word is believing. And I just thought it was really nice, really good, positive affirmations.
And that's what we are on the B Morning Show at B97.5. It's feel-good radio because we love our listeners. We love to wake people up with joy and family-friendly content where the, somebody's got some music on. That's okay. Where we don't have to cover our kids' ears or turn the radio down or like sweat and pucker up and go, oh my, I've got splaining to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. No, that's what we like to do because, well, I think that's who we are, though.
Yes.
I mean, you're parent. You've been parents. You're parents.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a parent, and once they get past a couple of years old, they know what we're saying, and they mimic everything you say. So you got to straighten up, fly right.
That's right.
So
Yep.
because our listeners are great folks, and they understand that, and they have fun with us, and we can be tongue in cheek when we need to.
Ashley, earlier this week, I had a wake-up call, went down to the kitchen, opened up the cabinet, and all the Tupperware fell down on my head. And I was trying to juggle it. We talked about this on the show so it wouldn't hit the floor and wake up Jan and Mama Jean. But the funny thing was, we were eating dinner the same night, and Jan opened the door, and it fell on her head, too.
Oh.
That's the way you put things back. You probably just crammed them up there. And, yeah. Oh, well.
We're talking Tupperware, and I brought my little set with me, mine perfectly stacked.
Nice. Nice.
Show off there.
Are always right in order as well. So in the kitchen, Roger, these are stacked like this, ready to go.
Okay. All right.
You want the small one, you grab the small lid, you grab the small bottom, pop it on there. Notice, I don't.
See, that looks familiar right there, Ashley. That one looked familiar right there.
I don't have any orange or red containers because I just didn't stand that.
We did send you home with a stained Tupperware. I think it was for Groundhog Day with my famous Groundhog Stew. I shared it with you and Michelle. Michelle, not so much. You loved enough of it to take it home as leftovers.
I did. I took it home and had some more of it and finished it. And when I was done, I looked at the bowl, and the bowl was all orange, orange side. So, man, I filled that thing with vinegar, and I soaked it. I thought, surely these can't return it this way. Surely these things are going to come out, and they didn't. And I brought it back, and I was like, I'm sorry. I tried to get these stains out. And they.
I think it was cleaner than when we gave it to her.
I felt so bad. Ashley came back into work. She goes, I scrubbed on this bowl. I'm like, oh, no, that one was red on the bottom anyway. And I felt so bad. But you got to taste the famous Groundhog Stew. It was fresh off the road here in Knoxville. Don't remember the intersection. Had a little bone in it for taste and texture. And I'm glad that you enjoyed it and took some leftovers home. That really made my day, Ashley.
It was really quite something. It really each year, I'll get it again next year. Whew, can't wait.
Speaking of those Tupperware containers, this morning we were talking about, is it okay to go to somebody's house for dinner as a guest and maybe bring a container and ask for leftovers to take home?
I couldn't believe that. You're like me, I have a hard time asking for leftovers. But if you're at somebody's for Thanksgiving or Christmas, and you brought your dish, you brought your one side or two side dish. Well, you want the other, to go along. But it's so hard to ask, do you mind if I take some of this home with me? So, so I actually had a friend, when she goes over to somebody's house, she takes the containers with her so she's ready.
Oh, wow.
No, she just takes the.
Somebody at work do that.
I'll need some to go.
I don't have the courage to do that. Jan's too kind and polite to do that.
I'm not either. But we did have a great caller this morning that kind of gave me an idea on how to ask for leftovers. And that's, you do this, as you're kind of packing up, you go, that was really good. Can I have that recipe? And that opens the door to take more home. So try that.
And then there was Arnold. Remember that call? Friends brought friends they didn't know to their house.
Oh,
the party was over. The doorbell rang the next morning, like 6:30, 7 o'clock. It was Arnold with his Tupperware wanting the leftovers from the night before.
He came back. He fell for more. So
strange.
Never saw him again.
No, I didn't know who he was and never saw him again, but took the leftovers. Hey, we appreciate you waking up with us on B97.5, the B Morning Show. We love your comments. Lori Becker's watching. Happy Friday to you, Lori. And we appreciate you waking up with the B Morning Show on B97.5. We have a very special guest joining us right now, Ashley, a good friend of B97.5, Elaine Streno. She's the executive director of Second Harvest Food Bank. Welcome to the show. How are you this evening, Elaine?
Well, I'm trying to get on camera, but I'm good, and it's so nice to be on the show. How am I doing, you guys? Not good, right?
We can see half of your. There you go. There's that. There's Elaine right there.
Perfect.
But Ashley knows me well. I move around. I'm so hyper. So this is going to be a rough gig. I guarantee.
That's okay. Elaine, we've got a lot of hungry people here in Knoxville. Second Harvest Food Bank does wonderful things, doing the best we can feed people here. What can we do right now during the pandemic to help you feed hungry right here in Knoxville?
Well, actually, the community's been doing it, you guys. We've had an incredible year. Haven't we had an incredible year anyway? But the giving has been off the charts. And of course, we're still asking for gifts. It's always Roy and Ashley and Jan about gifts. But our website tells the story better than anybody, secondharvestdtn.org. And you can find out what's going on in your county. We have 8 different feeding programs in 18 counties. And our website really tells the story much better than I can.
Well, we appreciate all that you do. We've got the website scrolling across the screen right now, Elaine. And I just want everybody to go there and do what you can. I think I've always been the kind of guy that says if everybody just did their part a little bit, this world would look a lot different, Elaine.
Well, I totally agree with that. Totally agree. I'm a 60s girl. All you need is love. I just want us to love each other, respect each other, no matter what our faith, color, religion, anything.
Amen.
We just need to care about each other. That's really my gig. And it has been an incredible year for us because we have seen such giving. Nothing in the charts. And I have been a friend of B97's. I've been at Second Harvest for 27 years. And I've been a friend of B97's for 28 years. Did I just say 27, 28? Anyway, yes. So I've been there a long time. And I've listened to everybody and have really appreciated the support that we've received from this 18 county service area.
Elaine,
did I answer your question?
Yes, you did. You're doing great. Ashley has a question too.
All right, Elaine, talk about. I know when people donate or they think about giving, they think I don't have very much money. But talk about how $1, $5, even $10. Talk about the meals that are provided just through a donation like that.
Great question, Ashley. So $1 provides 3 meals. We are an 80,000 square foot warehouse. You do not have to give us $100 to feel like you made a difference. Because if $1 provides 3 meals, $5 is going to provide 15 meals. And we really can do a lot with $1. When you have a warehouse like ours, and we did not build it, it was a gift. And we can buy a tractor trailer load of peanut butter. We can buy a tractor trailer load of any demanded food, cereal, whatever. Those are some of the top 10 items that our clients need. We can do it a whole lot cheaper than others can. So we are grateful for every gift. We are grateful for every dollar that this community gives us. And again, we have 8 different feeding programs in 18 counties, pretty much like your listening area. I think we've looked at that map before. And we are grateful to everyone who supported Second Harvest.
All right, show Elaine some love there. Hit those hearts as you're watching here on Facebook Live. Go to secondharvestetn.org. Do what you can. Let's feed the hungry here in East Tennessee. Elaine, thank you for all that you do. And you work all the time, but what do you do in your spare time, Elaine? Let's find out a little bit about you.
Well, that's a great question. I don't work all the time anymore because I have been at Second Harvest for 28 years. So it's not as hard as it once was. But I have this wonderful husband who's out of town this weekend. And I've been really excited because it's just me and the dog until Sunday afternoon. And I am beyond excited. And what do? I enjoy reading. I love working out. I love UT Sports. I'm very sad about the game earlier. Tomorrow, Rock and I will go walk a greenway in downtown Knoxville. And I really like to get out and exercise and do all this stuff that's healthy. But I also do like my wine too, which I'm about to have as soon as the show's over.
You don't have to wait, Elaine. We're friends here.
I saw that. Way to go. But, yeah, that's what I like to do. I really like to read and just have time with my friends. Love my husband. Ashley knows this. This is my second time around. I didn't write the first time. So grateful that I've had a second chance.
Yeah.
Awesome. What kind of dog do you have, Elaine?
He's a mini golden doodle. Oh, hey, Rock, you want to come here? I was going to show you a picture.
Love
Come
it.
here, baby.
Here comes
So
Rock.
cute. Come here, Rocky. Here we go.
Elaine Streno's dog, Rock.
7.5.
Oh.
He's so sweet. Where are you? Can you see him? He's not happy.
Oh.
He is cute.
He's not happy. And he misses his dad. He definitely misses his daddy.
Well, Elaine,
Anyway,
thank you for coming on tonight.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for all that you do. If you can stick around, you're going to love Sweet Tea from Tennessee. She's coming up. And once again, we're just going to be here for a few more seconds. SecondHarvestETN.org. It's scrolling across the screen. Please visit their website. Show our hungry some love. Like she said, $1, $5,
Thanks,
$10. Hit those hearts. Thank you, Elaine. And we're going to head across the pond. And our friend Steven Knightley is checking in. Look at that jacket Steven's wearing.
Cool.
That is cool.
Not too bad, right? That's okay.
Not too bad.
Nice.
Sorry, have you been racing this week or what? What's the deal with the jacket, man?
So I've not been racing. So I'm a test driver. I do a lot of work for what is essentially your version of NASCAR. It's the British Touring Car Championship in this country, and I'm working with a young guy at the moment. He's got severe cerebral palsy, so we've had to modify the car for him. He's got a smaller steering wheel. He's got different pedals set up. His clutch is a lever on the steering wheel rather than a pedal, and he's actually Lewis Hamilton's younger brother.
That's pretty cool. Thank you for doing that. All right, Steven, you are celebrating. Is it today or this weekend you're celebrating your little one's birthday?
It was last Sunday. Yeah.
I've got a picture here we're going to bring up here. Now, that's your daughter. What's her name?
Aurelia.
How old is she? 3?
She's 3, yeah.
All right. And that's your lovely partner there. What's her name?
Her name's Gemma.
And they're sleeping right now because you are checking in from where and what time is it?
From the south of England. So it's actually pretty good this week that we're talking, because I've actually got an extra hour because it's only 11:15. We've not had daylight savings time with us yet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
So we're only 4 hours apart.
There's another picture of her. And I want to ask about this picture right here, Steven Knightley. A trampoline with balls on it. What's this all about?
Have you ever tried to build one of those things?
No. No.
That looks
And also, I'd also like to ask, where the hell do you guys get some sort of happiness out of sending cards to a 3-year-old that does this?
That's great.
That is awesome. Who
God,
sent
it
that to her?
sparkles.
It
Wow.
sparkles and sings loud.
Do you know how many times she's opened that card to listen
Uh-huh.
to that song?
Uh-huh. I'm sure.
Jan, what's that thing called that we used to send to our brothers and sister-in-laws? The lawnmower,
Oh,
popping
is it-
lawnmower, pop, pop,
yeah,
pop, 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 just to
the
make noise.
lawnmower
You know, the
noise.
pop guns that would make noise on the ride home in the car. That's brothers and sisters. Oops, Steven fell over. It's laid over there in the UK.
Yeah, we used to send toys to our siblings that
Yeah.
make noise.
Yeah.
Just to be
oh
outraged.
yeah.
All right, Ashley and Steven, it's time for the Across the Pond Challenge. What is that? Ashley had $5. Steven had $5. Steven's job was to find the most American thing he could find across the pond. He's going to show that this evening. Ashley had to do the same thing here in Knoxville, Tennessee. $5. Who wants to go first tonight, guys?
I think it's ladies first, but I think I know where this is going.
What a gentleman.
All right. The most British thing that I could find was this amazing celebrate the season, bring on the holidays snow globe. Wait a minute, let me get in here so you can see it.
There it is.
That's a,
Oh my.
it's not the bridge. Oh, let's shake it up. And it's snowing.
Fun. Tower
London Bridge. What else is in there, Ashley?
It's a
Ah.
globe.
But the
That's-
lady, it was interesting, Stephen, because the lady said nobody wanted them. So she gave me 2. I stayed up with 2 of these things for all over the house. And this one is just, I'm trying to get it in the picture. This one is just London. It just says London on it.
Yeah.
And you shake it up and it's snowing. Oh, it's snowing. The London.
It's one thing I have to always remind all of my American friends is that's not London Bridge, that's Tower Bridge.
That's my challenge. I got 1 on the British product. Go ahead. You're up.
Oh.
We got a phone going off here. David Elder from Connecticut says that is awesome. So what we're going to invite you guys to do tonight here on Friday Night Unmasked is we're going to vote. Did Ashley win Across the Pond Challenge or did Steven win the Across the Pond Challenge? And they once again, they've been given $5 to show the most American thing, the most British thing. Ashley?
I don't like the way he
Yes, what he
has
has.
something that's a clincher.
Yeah. All right, we've seen Ashley's snow globe, which represents your country very well. Steven, what do you have for Ashley tonight?
I think Ashley's won. I have some New York bagels.
Oh.
Hey, red
That's
onion
pretty
and chive. Yum.
Pretty good.
And
Yankee
beer?
Yankee something.
How does that taste, my friend? How's that Yankee beer?
I'll let you know. And I've also got
Other way. Brooklyn.
Right.
Oh,
Oh,
Brooklyn
hey. Yeah.
Defender
Oh,
IPA. All right.
I have not heard of that.
Good. That's pretty.
Ashley, that must have been cheap stuff. 3 for $5. And you had buy one, get one BOGO.
No, so bad with 2 of these boogers right here. This one really snows, and then the London Bridge, the tower.
That looks like that one leaked a little bit.
Yeah.
Oops. I know. Well, maybe that's why it was free.
I think I concede defeat on this one.
Uh-oh. I don't know. I don't know.
Yay, Ashley.
David Elder says bagels and beer.
The
Yeah.
beer pretty good.
Hey, if you're watching, we need to get some votes here. Make your comments here. We'll give you just a couple seconds to see who wins the Across the Pond Challenge. Now, Ashley has done a very good job, Stephen, because she's actually sitting in for Michelle Silva, who had some very dear friends come into town after we did our competition last week. So she's going to join us next week and compete against you. So, look at that. Ashley is showing off her snow globe.
Points here.
Hey, our friend Jane Cade says, sorry, Ashley, I'd say Steven.
Oh.
Jane, I love you.
We do love Jane.
I don't mind losing bagels and beer. That's a good one.
But I have to give it to Ashley for going up in the attic and digging out Christmas decorations in March here in Knoxville so she can compete on Michelle's behalf tonight.
It's true. It's true. But I don't even know if Michelle got anything.
Oh,
That's why she's not.
And
is that why she didn't show tonight, Ash?
I know.
I must be honest. Although they say the New York bagel
Wait a minute, Red Onion.
It does actually say made in the UK in Swinton Meadows Industrial Estate, Rotherham, and then gives the postcode. So not actually bought in from the United States. So I must be honest.
Stephen, David Elder has changed his vote, though Ashley wins for being a bargain shopper.
I agree. Wow.
All right, we need thumbs up. We need hearts. We need hearts and thumbs up for Ashley and Stephen. Great job with the Across the Pond Challenge. Show them some love. Stephen, you're up late tonight. And one quick thing before we're going to go off. Sweet Tea from Tennessee is standing by in the bathtub. She's got some parenting advice here in seconds. But what is going on your side of the world with this royal feud? Ashley does a great job talking about it during the Entertainment Buzz on the B Morning Show. We want to hear what's going on over there, Stephen.
Oh, it's got spicy. Ooh, it's got really, really intense. It's bizarre how it's divided the country. You know, there are a lot of people that are on the mindset of look at Harry's done with his military work and and everything else, but then at the same time people are saying, this is just not right what you've done. This is not the right way of handling your personal situation. And the fact that we've now learnt to discover that this interview was orchestrated before they was even married, and then they was married before they was actually married. There's a lot of backlash that has started to come across from people where they just don't believe that what he has done is a good thing. It's an ongoing situation. It's still brewing. It's definitely not out of the media at the moment. It's still ongoing.
Stephen, let me ask you, do you think that maybe kind of like brainwashed Harry?
In my personal opinion, no, I don't think she did. If anything, I think she made him see the light.
Okay.
I think although the interview you could consider was orchestrated because she's a professional actress, but I think because he's met somebody that wasn't part of the monarchy, that he's been able to have more of a normal life. And I think that, with everything that's happened with him, with his mother and everything else, I think that's paid extreme dividends for him. And I think he's really sort of thought, do you know what? I just don't need this lifestyle.
Stephen, it's really sad. It's a family problem being aired around the world. And what really hurt me, I don't know about you, Ashley and Jan, but what hurt me is it's dividing your country. We don't need to be divisive right now. We need to come together. We need to come together in our country. We need to love each other. We need kindness. We don't need things like this to pull us apart.
I mean, we are the greatest, you know, between our two countries. You can't get a better relationship, I don't think. You know, I think between the UK and the United States, I don't think you can get a better relationship. I personally do feel that way. Every time I've been to the United States to see my family or for business or for wherever it is, I've always felt like I'm in a home from home. And I can only imagine he feels the same way. So, Roger, you're completely right. We're at a time where we need to come together, and you know, we shouldn't be trying to divide ourselves, because you know, we are two of the greatest countries on the planet, and we should be embracing that.
Amen. I'm seeing hearts. Show Steven some love. Ashley, I tell you what, when this pandemic gets behind us, we all get our shots, it's safe to travel, we need to invite Steven on as a special guest on the B Morning Show in the studio. We want to meet you in person, man.
Yeah.
That'd be great. I'd love to. I'd love nothing more.
I got one more question. Steven, is that birds? Do I hear birds in the background? Do you have birds?
I do. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
I thought I heard birds. I want to know who cleans the cage. That's what I want to know. Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's cool.
Where are they? There they are.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Steven, we'll be back with you in just a second. We've got somebody who's hot in the bathtub. That didn't sound right, did it? She's quarantined in the bathtub through the pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, we've missed her the past couple weeks. Steven, thank you. We'll be back with you in a couple minutes. It is Sweet Tea from Tennessee. How are you?
Hey.
I don't even know what to say to that comment. And I do hope that, you know, England gets back to being together, you know, like the people in the castle and the people in the street being together like they always are, hanging out, doing stuff together. I hope they get, you know, everybody unified like they were, you know, like my royal family in the mountains. I'm wearing my Florida hat because the Gators won. And tonight I'm going to talk about my son. He don't like it, but it's not like he listens to this, because it's not like, you know, we're on TikTok or anything. He ain't gonna listen to this because, you know, Facebook is for, you know, the aunts and the mamas. But anyway, so tonight I thought I would share, because I'm not going to lie, my kid is actually kind of decent. We're all surprised. Everybody's surprised. Don't get me wrong. We're all surprised that he's kind of an okay kid. Now, don't get me wrong. He can turn at any time, and we know that. But so I'm going to give you some parenting advice. Now, first of all, I'm going to tell you that recently he was like, Mama, I found out that you lied to me all my life. And I'm like, yeah, because that's what we do to keep you reined in. And there's a couple of lies he found out about. And he was like, first of all, Mama, if you untie your belly button, your legs do not fall off. And I'm like, well, it did keep you from putting that shirt up over your head all through the kindergarten play, though, didn't it? Didn't it? You know, you weren't over there like the little Harvey kid with the shirt up over his head now, was you? No, you weren't. So you know what? You learned it. The next thing is I taught him that spinach was a dessert. And you know what? He's a strong kid. Now, kids don't know the difference. And you're just like, oh, everybody's like, oh, sugar's a dessert. Not me. I'm like, spinach is a dessert. So I was like, he'd be like, hey, Grandma, if I eat all my corn, can I have some spinach? And she's like, what? And I'd be like, Mama, you need to go with it. Just go with it. And she was like, I reckon. And then he's like, you want some strawberry shortcake? And he's like, no, I want some dessert. And I'm like, I'm amazing. I'm practically brilliant right there. The other thing I taught him, I bought him some Mickey Mouse little pull-ups. And I'm like, if you pee on Mickey Mouse's head, they close Disney World for a day. And all those kids will be sad. Don't do it. He was real feeling about other kids. He didn't want to let them down. I'm like, don't do it to those other kids. Don't pee on Mickey's head. Don't do it. Just don't do it. So since he was so thoughtful, he wouldn't do it. He's like, oh, Lord, there was a little dribble. I got to get this changed. They ain't closing down Disney World on my fault. I thought it was brilliant. I'm not lying. The other thing I taught him, that if you left toys on the floor at night, they love to play hide and go seek for a month. And you couldn't find them. I'm like, look at that. They're playing hide and go seek. That's what they do when you leave them on the floor at night. They're like, oh, we're hiding. That's going to be a problem. You're missing your bear, aren't you? Oops, shouldn't have left him on the floor. Now he's hiding. It's going to be a while. Love that game. Oh, Lord. The other thing I taught him, and I love this one, is that the cat drinks and pees out of the same bowl. Then kids don't try to drink out of the cat bowl.
Oh, my.
It's kind of brilliant. You know it is. I'm not going to lie. I also taught him that kids who wake up before the little hand is on the 9 have to eat grits for breakfast.
Oh, yummy.
But the kids who wait till the little hand is on the 9 get French toast.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It is a good idea. And it worked. I'm going to tell you right now. I used some foreign food to entice him, and it worked. Just gonna say it right now, I did. The other thing I told him is don't believe what those mean old neighbor kids tell you. Like they come over. So my sister come over and all her little girls, she got 5 girls. Good Lord. 5 girls, she'll bring them over and they bring every Barbie with them, including those little Barbie shoes that will penetrate your feet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, every time I see a Barbie shoe, I'm like, oh Lord, look, it's out in the woods. But anyway, so I'm like, don't believe the little neighbor kids that would come over and they'd pull up a leg of Barbie and an arm of Barbie and make a gun out of Barbie. And I'm just going to say right now, I was like, no, Barbie is not a gun. Barbie's a pacifist. Stop. So I was like, don't use Barbie as a gun. I'm just not going to do it. Right there between her breast is not where the trigger is. I mean, it is later, but it ain't right now when you're 5. Okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't want him to learn that until, well, he might be learning that at the University of Florida, but I ain't saying it. I'm just going to say it right now. The other thing I taught him is if mommy and daddy's door is locked and shut, we're reading books about math. And if you come in, we're going to read books about math to you too.
That's right.
So maybe just stay away from that door.
That's a good one.
It just seemed like a good idea. He's like, I'll just sit over here and I'll watch the Great Big Book of Everything and I'll be happy. Or I'll just sit over here and watch Caillou whine and I'm fine with that. So it worked out just really nice. The other last thing I taught him is your grandma will give you anything in the world if you say, Grandma, why are you so skinny? She would love that. She loved it. She'd be like, honey, you're just the sweetest thing in the whole world.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to tell you what happened to my son. He called last week and said, Mama, now, you're not going to believe this, but my son has never made anything but an A in his whole life. Not on a paper, not on a test, not on a pop quiz, not even a B his whole life. He calls and goes, Mama, as a final grade, I'm going to have a C. I was like, baby, don't you worry. Mom and Daddy are on our way. Hung up. I called some friends. I'm like, we're going to Gainesville. Let's all go. Called some friends, called people. We were heading to Gainesville. I stopped at the Publix. I'm like, hey, I got to get some snacks. We're all going. I called him. We got to Gainesville. I'm like, honey, meet us at the park. Meet us at the park. He's like, Mama, you here? I'm like, honey, we're here for you. Got some family and friends. He got to the park. We'd gotten a cake at Publix. So I got a cake somebody's messed up. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, on that cake, scrape it off the top, put this on it. He got to the park. And we were like, yay, you're average like the rest of us. Thank God. We've been worried. Lord, honey, thank you. Thank you. I thought, Lord, what's wrong with him? What is wrong with him? I thought he'd been switched at birth. Oh, honey, I've been praying this forever that you get a C. I had a big old cake that says C average. Whew, Lord, I was happy. Mom, this is not what I thought you was going to call and console me. I'm like, no, baby, if you kept making those A's, I'm going to have to console me. So anyway, that's my parenting advice and just found out my son's average and I'm okay with it.
That's great.
Congratulations. It's been a great week for Sweet Tea from Tennessee.
That's awesome.
It's been a sweet week. And so we're celebrating the win from the, my Duke Blue Devils are out because of the COVID. And Coach K looks so sad. It broke my heart. I was like, Coach K, I know you're sad. Your heart's broken because you only have 4,000 championships. And I'm sad. And you're also at this big old academic school that's, like a really good school. And a lot of these colleges have people that, hello, you can get in with a 12 SAT score and a Pokemon card. So here you are at Duke, and I know you're sad. And that's okay. It's hard. It's harder than boys. We're like, oh my gosh, you're going to get an Ivy League education, but I know you're sad. So it's okay. but my Florida boys are still in it. They beat some kind of bird team from Virginia. I don't know.
Brag,
what they're
brag,
called.
brag,
Supposed to be
brag.
a bird.
Ashley and I and
don't know.
Jan and I aren't
It's
so
like a song.
happy,
It's what it's all about.
Sweet Tea.
But anyway, Florida's still in it. I'm all happy, and I don't think they're going to last long. I think who do you think's going to win the whole thing? I think it's still going to be Gonzaga. I just
Yeah.
like saying it. Gonzaga, bless you. Anyway, who do you think's going to win the whole thing, Roger?
Well, Sweet Tea, it's good to see you again.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Y'all take care.
You too.
You too. I'm glad your family's well, and I'm glad that your shower curtain's hanging up during COVID-19, and hopefully you get your shot soon and you come out of the bathtub.
It's the only way I can hide. I got my first vaccination. Now, I think it's going to work. Now, don't get me wrong. I think it was a vaccination for like something else, but whatever. I was like, I just want a vaccination. And they're like, okay, here's a vaccination. And I was at the veterinarian. They seemed nice about it. I'm like, all right, I got a vaccine. What's the big deal? But now if I bite the neighbors, everybody will be safe.
Sweet Tea, have a great weekend. Steven, you have a great weekend too. Ashley, don't mow too much. She's going to mow the yard tomorrow, we hear.
I got to mow.
Huh.
I got to figure out what to do with grass here in Tennessee, girl. I don't know. I usually am pretty good with the yards.
Yeah.
Need some help.
Can I just say before that we leave that if you're not using one of these in a week or so, that you need to get some recipes.
I thought you were drinking Worcestershire sauce.
That's been in my cupboard in our pantry for at least 5 years there, Steven.
So baked beans, Heinz baked beans on toast with a little bit of cheese, sprinkle a little bit of that on top. Magic. Also,
Magic beans.
cream of tomato soup from Heinz. Drop a little bit of that in.
Okay.
Awesome. And any minced beef that you use for lasagna or for spaghetti,
Wow.
that's what you need.
Are you drinking that tonight during the show, sir?
Can you mix that in a drink?
Not neat. I need a little bit of ground beef on top of it beforehand, or some tomato soup maybe.
Okay.
I don't
We
think
could send you
Steven's
some groundhog, and you could walk around England seeing your shadow. Like, there I am.
On that note, we thank everybody for watching Friday Night Unmasked. Have a great weekend. As Elaine Streno says, be kind, love on somebody if it's virtually. That is awesome. Let's take care of one another, and we will catch you next week. Friday Night Unmasked right here, and we look forward to waking you up Monday morning with Ashley, Roger, and Michelle on B97.5. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Take care.